I don't quite understand this. And maybe I'm crazy, but why did we not activate or elevate Antwaun? You know, the guy we talked about recently on the channel? This guy right here who we recently picked up on our practice squad earlier this week. And, you know, could have activated for this game against the Steelers, which we're not going to have Trey. We're not going to have Shamar Stewart. Probably a good concept to go with this guy and see if he could become something. As in college, he showed he's 30 sacks. But for the Steelers game, which, again, you might say, maybe it wasn't enough time. I believe it was. We had a whole week of practice with him. So I think it was enough time for him to kind of learn the playbook and, you know, get out there. And even if it's a limited snap count, right? I'm not saying he's going to go out there and be a starter, right? But even a limited rotation snap count, no, we did not elevate him for the active roster for this game against the Steelers. A very important game, and also the Steelers offensive line-wise and offensive-wise has been struggling. So you would think that this would be the game. You would want someone like this out there. You would want someone who potentially could get after the quarterback and do something out there. But instead, we activated Isaiah Foskey, who I actually really like this guy. I think this guy was really good in the draft a couple years ago, and I'm very excited for him. So that one I'm actually not mad about at all. I'm actually really excited about that. But then Kendall Milton. Now, obviously, the point of that is because we want to have 3 running backs, right? We want to have Chase Brown, Taj Brooks, and we want to have Kendall Milton. But again, I would personally rather just have. I do want Isaiah Foskey in there. that one is like I'm actually cool with. But why not just cut Jermaine Burton and put Antwaun on our roster? Like, bro, I posted on my community tab earlier, and I'm not making a whole video about it. So here's the video. Yeah, Jermaine Burton. He apparently has a stomach issue, and that's why he's been sick for the last 2 weeks. And he did not go on the plane to Pittsburgh because of that stomach issue. Cut him and utilize Antwaun. Like, at the end of the day, what do we have to lose? Maybe Antwaun could be the guy. Maybe it could, be something special and he could be, the diamond in the rough. I don't know. But it interests me that we're not even going to utilize him in any way, because if you're not activated, you're not playing. That irks me. That irks me so much, because this was someone I was hoping for tomorrow we would really see something out of potentially. And again, I'm not saying he's going to go out there and put up crazy numbers, but just to be able to see something and, have a good takeaway. But he's just going to sit on the practice squad. And I always fear that when you do that, someone sits on the practice squad, eventually they're going to get picked up and then go somewhere else and be successful somewhere else, which we saw that with Isaiah Williams, had him on our active roster for freaking forever. Then we just let him go because the Jets picked him off our practice squad. He goes to the Jets, and he's looking really good. Obviously, the Jets aren't looking good in general, even though they beat us. But, yeah. So, it is what it is. Tomorrow is going to be an interesting day. I think 100% we're going to win. And this is a game where I feel like I should be more worried about it, but I'm not. And it's weird, because there's a lot of games this year that I felt kind of worried about, like, I don't know how this game's going to go, maybe this game goes one way or another. I just feel like we're going to win them all. That's kind of my mindset with this game tomorrow, is I just feel very confident we're going to win. But I do want to see some takeaways. And again, and when I say takeaways, not like turnovers. I want to see turnovers, but I want to see some positive takeaways from tomorrow's game from a player perspective, and not having someone out there like Antwaun just kind of ticks me off, because again, we need these younger guys to really step up and show us what they're made of. And it's not going to be this week. Maybe in the future, maybe, next week. Play the Patriots next week, too, and their offensive line actually looks pretty good. So, not too interested in that concept, Patriots-wise. But maybe Antwaun gets a bump next week. I don't know. Maybe, you know what? Again, maybe at the end of the day, maybe he's not there yet on the playbook. Maybe it really is one of those things where he just simply hasn't learned the playbook yet. But then you also got to look at the fact that Bengals players, Logan Wilson in general as well, has come out and said that Al Golden's playbook is very, very simple. It's one of the most simplest defensive playbooks you can learn, and that gives them the ability to really just open up and do whatever they want. But pretty much anyone can run Al Golden's defense. It's not Lou Anarumo's. So if he doesn't learn the playbook, there's no excuse, bro. Just put him on the roster. Just utilize him, please. Smart so it's out for 4 weeks. Yeah. Again, I'm trying to make reasonable reasons why this is not happening. And every time I do, I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, no, that's not logical. Because the defense is very easy to learn according to the actual players. And I also know because he was my defensive coordinator at Notre Dame. Well, I didn't go to Notre Dame, but I am a fan of Notre Dame. I've been a fan my whole entire life. And Al Golden was our defensive coordinator for the last 3 seasons. And his defense is very, very good and very easy to learn if you have the correct players in it. But it's also very easy to learn from a game perspective. I've heard other players at Notre Dame say the same thing that Bengals players are saying now, that it's a very easy system to learn. So, I don't know. It is what it is.